Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the red Ottomans. We got VortiX. Spawn bottom right side as the green Zuzi's Legacy. We got 3D printed B, or Bell. B2? Is it Bell? B? I think that's B with 2. I'm overthinking it, aren't I? Either way, let's see. Zuzi's Legacy, so we're going to keep an eye on where the meditation garden should be deployed at. Or at least get a good idea in our own opinions. Here be stone, wood, gold, and quite a bit of wood. Or it's buried deposit up here. Could pull it there, gold, stone, and berries, but it would be pretty far forward. There's actually not one singular good spot. This is actually probably so far the worst map I've seen for it. You could just, this might be a good spot. And here. But that's my two opinions. Let me know what you guys would say. Over here, red does have both small gold deposits back here, and this large gold deposit is not too far out of his base as well, so this map seems pretty good for red so far. Granted, there's the meditation garden. That should skim the stone there. Oh, may skim both stones now thinking about it. Which would be pretty nice. Pretty good amount of defensive placements. Two small gold deposits up here, while his natural one's right here. So relatively equal placement for gold for both sides. Green has both deer deposits pretty close by here. Red's are very spread out, and Pumbaa is here and here. So this Pumbaa is actually pretty close for red. All the same distance for green, but I don't know. It just feels close for red. As you can see, tank density does reduce cost of aging up. And for twin meteorites being plugged in the field, which of course provides some free berry bushes. Let's get collects up at a faster rate. 5 villages can support 5 villages for a collection without any food upgrades. 4 with. And Cannoneer Slit doing some great work. It does do 25 damage per shot. So 3 shots and a couple arrows from a garrison unit, or a arrow, and one of those spearmen will be going down. Sword torch on the mining camp. Yep, looks it does have double stone, and he's about wood there, so this is actually not too bad. You can go for a number of outposts and use very cost-efficient hand cannon. Oh, I forgot about the early palace guard for Zuzi's Legacy. Which they do have 3-2 armor. In next stage, they have 3-3 armor. So they get all the armor up front. Still vulnerable to, a little bit more vulnerable to regular archers. But still probably a good trade-off for them. These guys have just pointy sticks. This guy has a stabby stick. Or a slicey stick. Spearman and early palace guard now engaging each other now. More early palace guard. They are slightly more expensive than man arms by 5 whole golds. Green or red's obtaining some stone now. Maybe I'm for more military schools. We do have a blacksmith going on up. This base is very tightly knit. 5 villagers on the berry deposits. No food upgrades at the moment. We do have wheelbarrow now being obtained by the Ottoman. There's the black sheep of the family. 2 early palace guard, 1 spearman. Spearman got a spear brace with a palace guard to charge in front of it, so not good marker there. Spa, he taking some damage there. Vizier point is now available. Does go for the field works with 2 imams, so we'll help him. As much as I prefer Anatolian Hills, since I think the Imam stuff just sort of falls off pretty quickly, this here will result him to keep the moment or keep a good defense without investing any more resources. So that's probably a good call. Professional scouts being researched by Zuzi's Legacy. Running the military schools for the Ottoman player, I think. Yep, looks like it's providing spotty, unless one of them's going for an archer. Nope. He could, he only has regular spearmen from the military school, does not have hardened spearmen just yet. Apologies if you gave me a moment to open up my drink. Recently been experimenting around with some caffeine powder, workout powder. And apparently if you put it inside of a Sprite, it sort of explodes. So right now I have a towel next to my feet and some napkins soaking up a lot of a bit of a geyser of Sprite. Sort of like similar to Mentos. I did not realize caffeine powder would do a similar effect to Mentos. Well, now you know. We do now have hand cannon slits being researched. Deer gone down, you monster. They're quite delicious. Does drop the deer there and runs. And now has a green highlight there. That means it's going bad, right? Because it's not easy being green. Spahi and Scout moving around. Meditation gardens are here, providing of course, an X amount of stone. He must have spent some stone recently. Right now he's at 48 with 50 per minute. Yep, we do have a hand cannoneer slit outpost, 2 hand cannoneer slits. I think people should go for hand cannoneer slits more often than the spring golds. The hand cannoneers are just far more cost efficient, in my opinion. We have now the siege engineers being reached by the Ottoman player. Spahi engaging the scout. Got fortitude activated there. Increase the attack speed, but does increase receive melee damage. This Spahi could go down. Remember as well, horsemen are faster than Spahi. Spahi are slower than normal horsemans. Siege engineers now reached by the Ottoman player. Horseman does take a bit of damage there, nothing too crazy though. Battering is not being pulling fuel. How effective are early Palace Guard versus Horseman or Spahi? I know man-at-arms are a good counter to Horsemen. But how are Palace Guard? Palace Guard, of course, still retains 3 armor, has 130 health, which I think is the same as regular man-at-arms, and 9 damage. Of course, got Imams here. Spahi, of course, are more expensive, have 12 damage. So the 3, they effectively have the same damage for strike. Attack speed, of course, slower. So this Palace Guard do have a higher DPS, slightly less health, and of course a much less cost. Spahi are what, 150? 160. 160 versus 125. So yeah, Palace Guard a good option right now. And I mentioned not being light and has range armor to be more resilient to the archers. Horseman still probably a good idea. Another 0 point available. We'll worry about see what he gets for that a little bit later. Auto outposts currently firing away. Both of them fortified. Both of them have arrow slits. We got some Zunchnu's, a very good anti-light unit, or anti-low armor unit, I should say. Whose legacy does not have access to archers, but can get a similar effect to the archers with the bolt magazines upgrade in Castle Age, right? Don't think it's available in Feudal. Palace Guard straightforward. You actually really don't see early Palace Guard too often. +1 range damage on the way for Ottoman player. He does have +1 range armor, +1 range damage to cancel out each other. Palace Guard right now probably could use more melee armor while at it. Outpost not fully repaired. Horseman does not take out the battering ram just yet. The Imams have gone down, so no more forward healing. Zunchnu's advancing towards these archers quite nicely. Focus on that wounded Spahi because they had a good angle on them. Enough for them to volley it down. Scout takes out the battery ram. Remember as well, scouts do have plus 10 damage for siege, so they are a counter siege unit. And very good uses of that. Good memory. Ottoman player has archers, Sipahi, and 1 spearman. Versus Zunchnu's horsemen and palace guards. The Zuzi's Legacy player has a bit of resources, getting close to aging on up, or did spend some resources there, so not so much at the moment after going for a pair of horsemen. Ottoman player is very far from aging up, has plenty of wood in reserve, going for some delicious venison. Outpost, I would say it'd be a good idea to repair it up. Just take a single villager, just let it repair. They dropped a piece of venison, trying to steal these pieces of venison. 6 there, that makes 7, so none of the venison have been stolen yet. A couple of them did go down, however. This one's being obtained by red. 12 villagers. More Sipahi, not any more spearmen. So Palace Guard and Spearman both be good for Zuzi's Legacy. Palace Guard just be a good generalist unit to counter both the archers and the Sipahi. Oh, looks like Scout has gone down. Okay, just another lumber camp, more housing. Mount Lu Academy, that is the Age 3 landmark, right? Yep, just had to double check. Gave them some more Imperial Official upgrades. Though, also, if you're going to age up before your opponent, I think it's better to go for the Shaolin Monastery to get those relics. And remember as well, if he goes Forest Dynasty, Song Dynasty gives him a reduction in cost of deploying economic buildings, and of course unlocks granary. Not super strong age up, but still need to get for the granaries. If he goes for Yuan Dynasty, it does give him a reduction in all units by X amount. I can't remember what it was. And then Ming Dynasty provides, was it health or damage? Always can't get those mixed up with the regular Chinese, which one's which. Valley Horse is being researched, buffing up his attack speed for his, all his cavalry. We do now have some Palace Guard being queued on out. Another 0 point. This one was increased military school, quite understandable. Horseman now engaging, takes out some of those archers. Zunchnu's in general will just be good at hitting anything. Of course, with better age up, gain +2 range damage, and getting the veteran should have happened a long time ago, almost immediately, which will give him far superior quality. Now they're up to 6 damage, greatly improving their DPS, and +1 damage, they're up to 7 damage, greatly improving the capability of fighting against everything. This Metra did go for +1 range armor. Against Zunchnu's, that is a good idea. You need as much armor as you can get when fighting against them. We do have another 0 point available for the Ottoman player. He has not selected anything just yet. Just ignore the 0 part. Focus on the fact that it's glowing. Good default option would be Advanced Academies if you don't know exactly what to go for at this exact moment. Got some Lancers plotting the field, very nice. This one has no, it has a couple Spearmen. Meter does go down there, which would reduce the armor of everything. We do have another Fortitude building, increase attack speed of the Sipahi to help engage everything better. OP has gone for the emergency Janissaries, he didn't really need it. They are age 3 while he's age 2. And this outpost has been cleaned on or repaired on up. Gold veins on the 1200. You have now these. It's probably moving around. Monastery going up, building for non-Shaolin monks. You need units to get out the Shaolin monasteries, or the pagodas to get out the Shaolin monks. Head Imperial Armory now going on up, free siege weapons. Not to mention Age 3 itself. Asking 18 villagers to build it. Wolo there to distract the Sipahi or keep them away. Takes out a couple of these Sipahi. Villager's going to stand and fight, primarily just block him down. He does have textiles as well. Meditation Garden's going to be disturbed by the horses, by the thundering hooves. New age has begun. More Sipahi from the military academies. Right now, Green has obtained one relic and picked up a second. Eyeing for a third. One here, and up here. Archer goes down. Sipahi move around, may see some hits here. Scout takes some damage and goes down. 2 outposts here. Villagers unable to pick up berries. Janissaries get a good volley onto the Lancers. We do have this monk here for relic. Could do a Wolo to help save himself. The other one could help heal him up, or just heal him up and try to go for... try to get him back there. Spring Golden Placement being upgraded somewhere. Monk go on down, becoming extra holy. Of course, the Chinese monks just disappear. I don't know why. Your official here. I wonder about the Mount Lu Academy, if any, got some upgrades. This one's now being upgraded now. This one has been upgraded, whatever that one that was. More Imperial officials. We got a pair of outposts here. Say a pair of hand cannoneer slits. I was trying to say they're a bit more cost effective. It only costs 50 stone as opposed to 125, 25 gold. So it's less than half the cost of a spring gold. And it does provide more than half DPS compared to 2. For me, hand cannoneer slits just by default is just far more cost effective. And since the fortified outpost costs what? Was a bit of stone. Here we go. Does cost 100 stone. Could be nice to get out another outpost there with another fortified capability. Lancers picking up all these units there. Zagdago demands head pats. This Lancers took some damage. I hear some battering rams. Nope, that's a Mangonel, probably from the Head Imperial Armory. Another Vizier point now available. Probably advanced academies. And we've got the early Bombard. The early Great Bombard. Which means it does do less damage. 55, 400. Our player has a decent amount of food, some gold to work with, pretty much no wood to work with. Zuzi's legacy player is out of food, has not much wood and decent amount of gold. He has not gone for Song Dynasty, so he has no granaries. And Green will obtain every single relic. He may want to eye for Yuan Dynasty sooner rather than later. But it's probably better go for Song Dynasty to get out the stuff, and then rapidly go to Yuan Dynasty. He does need to start Green does need to start eyeing for granaries relatively soon. Right now, almost all the food on the map has been claimed. So Green will need eye to at least start with some farms. You can at least make a grid formation of farms. Or at least just go a line of them and then put granaries on this side of it. Because this berry bushes will not last them for very long. Great Bombard hitting these outposts now. Outpost taking some damage there. Fortified outpost going on up. Village receiving some holes. Quite a bit of red army here. 93 plus 10, so 103 versus 74 plus 12, so 86. Army value wise, red has 14,000 versus 11,000, so red has a small advantage ahead, but notable. And the monster battery gets set ablaze. Magnalos gets some damage there. There's a couple spring gulls, nest of bees firing away, and they're pretty stacked up, so getting some great damage there. Magnalos cleave through some of the Zunch News, who do have the bolt magazine upgrade. Bit of damage there from nest of bees. Spring gulls just generally firing away. Nest of bee fires a couple more shots. Great Bombard trying to get nest of bees. Another good volley from Zunch News. Nest of bees has gone down. One more nest of bees volleys there. Gets good hits. Cavalry starting to engage the cavalry. Magan got some good number of Janissaries advancing forward, still alive. Nest of bees take some damage there. May want to have the Magnalos strike the villagers, at least the siege weapon that the villagers are repairing up. Like that, took a lot of AoE damage there. More villagers heading down south. A couple Spearmans there, a couple Spring Bolts still engaging. Lancers still advancing. And it looks like the rest of the Red's force has been cleaned up. Green's force is basically gone, tasking the villagers. And Canadian placement here. Some of these siege weapons took some damage. But it looks like both sides lost. The army has the siege weapons mostly alive. Monastery is still up and going. And Red's starting to fall back as well. In pushing forward is a little bit iffy. The villagers going to charge forward, try to get some torching. Maganos gets missed there, take out some Zunch News, but overall miss the villagers, which are ironically the biggest threat to him right now. Does torch on all that stuff, takes out the early Great Bombard. And Red needs to fall back. Got a Lancer and Pilot Scorcher ready for. Villagers advance, trying to torch down the Maganel. Right now, Green has 58 villagers for 70. And he's going to lose most, if not all, these villagers. Pick up the Maganel, down to 53. He needs to get second, and tertiary towns that are likely up and going. Red trying to steal a stone. Green has a force, Red has a smaller force. Definitely it came down to a scrappy fight in the end. Right now Red has an army of 20 versus 15. When it comes to destroyed value, Red has destroyed 38,000, Green has destroyed 48,000. But the lesser number of villages is going to pose a problem. And I have, of course, like I said, more town centers. Playing stone back here for Green. Growing some farms. Green's out of food. Alpha's gone down. Red doesn't have too many resources either. Spahi advancing. The last Vizier point available. Probably should go to the advanced academies. We have Fortitude activated there. Gains good damage, taking out good number of villagers. Spearmen trying to respawn. Good number of spearmen now mixed on in. Green's down to 52 villagers. Red is at 70. The Vizier point still available. Villagers being tasked on in. Vizier point still not been selected. 6 out of 6 officials at the moment. Secondary town center, not on top of any resource spot, but is needed for the extra villager production. Is also Green's also lacking the food for the villager production. Good number of spearmen to intercept the Sipahi. Right now, Green may eye for Song Dynasty. Red right now has plenty of woods. Not much for both players, just out of resources. No massive stockpile. Both sides are actually having trouble recovering the army. Green has lost a good number of villagers, down by 20. Spahi trying to break on through the walls, but will be intercepted by the spearmans. Oh, got a good number of monks there. Green still has all the relics, which is quite important, which effectively gives him, what, another 5, 10 extra villagers worth of gold income. That actually does keep Green a bit more in the fight. Of course, doesn't have really economic advantage right now, since of the... His one does have military academies, while he does not have granaries up and going. Villagers shanking. Did that Vizier point get spent? Oh, wait, he went for Pax Ottomana? Okay, so villagers train 75% faster for 4 seconds. Not 4 seconds, 4 minutes. And he has 2 towns on his field, so he has, let's see, it goes down to 11 seconds from 20. I'm just going to round it down to 10. So he effectively has 4 town centers right now. His opponent only does have 2, so he has double villager production effectively. Not bad. Zhangin Tower not being employed in the field, which will put him in the Song Dynasty. Also get a bit of rebate upon building military structure, which he doesn't have too many at the moment. He's been relying on the Imperial officials' supervise ability for quite a bit, so he can still utilize quite a bit of rebate there. Shaolin Monastery now being researched as well. So he's going straight to Yuan Dynasty as well. Skipping Song Dynasty, going to Yuan Dynasty. He may want to, before completing the Shaolin Monastery, remember he will have a reduction on economic buildings such as the granary and farm, so he may want to utilize that before completing the Shaolin Monastery, but he doesn't have any wood for it, so maybe not. Got a good number of Swahi. We got a good number of Spearmans. Oh, sheep has been obtained. And he's on the advance, trying to get to the scout over here. He orbited around, providing some excellent scouting if he didn't have that area scout out. I'm pretty sure he did, but still. The sheep has got lapped, made 1 lap, is on lap 2 now. This is RTS, not a racing game, sheep. Spally getting some good damage here. Villager's going to stand and fight. Getting some, oh, shallow monks are getting, or just regular monks getting some excellent healing there. So it looks like none of those villagers went down. Actually, maybe one did, but still, that was just one. I saw a lot of healing saved by the monks. Unity is now complete. Now you should have a cost reduction of units, if I remember correctly. You can see here, horsemen now cost 108 resources rather than 120, so 10% discount. Very nice to have. Istanbul Observatory, age 4 for the Ottoman player. No granaries have been established just yet. Maybe delete a couple of these lumber camps and put granary here, maybe here. It does need to clear out some of the trees still. Huh. Sounds like actual farming in real life. Clear out the trees so you can lay down a farm. Spearmen heading up north. Spearmen straight forward. You have now the veterans or elite Sipahi. Definitely elite archer would be very useful. Temple of Sun now being resourced, so Zeus's legacy is also aging on up. Temple of Sun will give him some configurable bonuses. Less fun of the two age 4 landmarks, in my opinion. Mangonels cleaving through the outposts. Elite Janissaries as well. Autumn players at 120 villagers was 85. Autumn players out of wood and pretty much out of gold. Zeus's legacy players not exactly doing too great either. With trouble with his initial elite upgrades. Right now, elite Sunchnoos are probably a good idea, as well as elite Sipahi, not Sipahi, elite Spearmans, what he has on the field. Sunchnoos would be good against these various light units. Well, excuse me. While the Spearman, of course, would be good against all of these Sipahi. Of course, as the Divine Haste, all of his units just move faster. Mount Little Academy taking some damage there. Has this ever been useful? Military Affairs Bureau. Reduce the damage taken by keeps an outpost by 35% if supervised. It would be better if it's like, oh, if Garrison applies a supervised effect to keeps, outposts, and perhaps town centers. But you have to do it from the outside, probably. If you do it from the inside, that would be well, now you're actually talking to actually some benefit. Mangonels get a pretty good volley there, hits a good number of units. There's a healthy number of Mangonels here. Just Legacy player does have a pair of bombards and engages siege weapons. Got a nest of bees on the field as well. Imperial Fisher here gets impaled. Mount Luke Academy has gone down. Not too important for going down, though I'm not sure if the collect tax twice as often and food is still applied or not. Good volley there. Over here, Sipahi engaging these various villagers. Town center, building some more villagers. Archers getting hit by the Sunchnoos. Spearmen pursuing the Sipahi. Various stuff getting torched on down. Got some bombards here. Plus 2 melee damage for the Ottoman player. towns that are now under siege over here. News engages some villagers. Oh, got some pagodas back here. Some Shaolin monks wouldn't be half bad. But it doesn't have food income to really support them. They're 100% food. Problem is, they're a little bit expensive on the food side. The price for being solely one food resource. Capital is about to go on down. Capital has been set ablaze. Green has 80 villagers left. Red has 108, so the red's villager count has gone down. Okay, we're clicking about gold now. Mangonels push your way forward. Good number of forces here. A large number of Zunchnu, Spearmen, and Palace Guards. One of the Mangonels do go down there. Couple of very fine bombards there. Got 5 out of 6 officials still in the field. That one did go down around here. Monastery being set ablaze. 2 relics inside of this one. Shaolin Monastery here. So he has capability of mass production of Shaolin monks. Good volleys there on these forces. Repairs on the bombards now. Magnetos getting some good damage, SVs as well. Green managed to break the contain, but Spahi once again raiding villagers. Got Palace Guard and Spearmen trying to intercept. One of the great bombards has gone down. Zuchinus and general attack move forward, taking out as much as they can. Bombards move forward. With divine haste, they're actually able to keep up these forces a little bit faster. Or should I say a little bit more easily. And units, of course, provide that very powerful cost reduction, which is very important when you're behind a military force. And civilian count right now, below 70 versus over 113. Spy once again rotating around. Do have some basic walls here. Some Palace Guard and intercept. Of course, he's a veteran Palace Guard versus fully upgraded Spahi. Though they're missing a damage, 1 damage. Spearman managed to get close to 1 route out advanced right there. Very nice. So Spahi unable to push forward. Got good force here amassing though. Green's still losing villagers. Maybe go for a tertiary town center right now. Green has a substantial force here. Spearmen, Palace Sculpture Roar, Nest Bees getting some great splash damage. One of the great bombards has gone down. The regular bombards counter corrosion. Nest Bees need to focus on those Janissaries. Getting some good hits there. More Palace Guard Spearmen on the flank. Spally managed to get break through the back line. Not enough Spearmen's. Red's backline's being cleaned up. Green's backline is under fire by all the Spahi. They need to activate Fortitude. No, Fortitude's already been activated. Spahi may be able to break on through. Red's only has the front line remaining. The backline is gone. We got defensive placements here. No upgrade here. Of course, a Spring Guard and soon cannon placement. I want to go for a hand cannoneer slit here. Looks like Green lost all of his siege weapons as well. And once again, looks like more villagers maybe going down. There's news of Spearmen trying to stand and fight. Good enough these units are quite wounded. No siege weapons deal with these various replacements. Spahi drawing quite a bit of force there. Zinch news find a good choke point, but the front line's disintegrating pretty quickly. He does not have elite army tactics, which is a bit of fun. The extra health and damage would have been very nice right now. Red's on to fall back. Too many defensive fortifications here. Green only has the one town center producing. Green's at 66 villager sales. He's been pretty stable and stale at that number. Don't think stable is a good number. I think stable is probably the better word in this situation rather than stable. Not a lot of food, so Shaolin monks are simply just not a possibility. Shaolin monks are very good. Hounds are drawing some fire there. Got a great bombard placed on this keep, which does have plus 200 damage versus buildings. Showing that lumber camp who's boss. Spearmen being intercepted by or horseball getting intercepted by a bunch of spearmans. Zeus Legacy player still low on food, has some resources back to the war good. The Shaolin monsters are providing a good amount of mix of resources. Or the pagodas, I should say. Great Bombard has gone down. Janissary is still firing away. Don't have Serpentine Gunpowder, which probably would be very nice. Green's managed to hold on there once again. Spotlight push straight forward. Some Spearmen intercepting. This currently just needs a keep back here. And Green has now even less villagers. Autumn player is spending all of his resources. So is Zuzi's Legacy player. Down 61 villagers. Spahi's still running amok. I suppose Zuzi's Legacy could go for some hand cannon useless back there. He doesn't have to worry about fortifying those outposts since they're on the back line. Some hand cannon useless would probably just give him extra range of defense and maybe some extra hidey holes for some of the villagers. Red is still making progress, cleaning some more of these buildings. And even the villager count is still steadily going down for Green. Has access to these good gold deposits. Green's going for another town center. Almost, it doesn't have the economy to support the town center and the defense. Autumn player's doing a good job spending his resources though. Maybe a round of battering rams would be nice since he has a bit of stockpile wood, and just send the battering rams just along the flanks and start cleaning up some various structures. Meditation Garden's being disturbed. How disturbing. Great bombards here. Cleaving through the back line a little bit there. Great bombard going for counter barraging. Gets smashed by the 600 pounders. Yeah, but it looks like Green's going to be knocked out soon. And Green does resign there. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching. On to the next replay.